Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. I have my crystal ball off to the side, so I will be scrying throughout this message. If you're new to my channel, my readings are a little different, and if you're returning, welcome back. You know how we do. If it doesn't resonate with you, if you're forcing the story to fit or arguing with it in any way, just leave it behind for the people who it's meant for. So let's go ahead and let's begin. I am pulling from the Urban Crow Oracle today. And as I mentioned in yesterday's video, that when I pull from the Urban Crow Oracle, when I feel drawn to this deck, I know that there are ancestral spirits or passed on loved ones that are trying to come through. And so I am feeling very much that this is an ancestral message that's coming through. So let's go ahead and let's begin. Taking a step aside and allowing spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Okay. One card, please, for the overall energy. I'm being given an intention to place on this video. And so while this video will obviously pop up for some of you inside of your feed because you regularly watch my videos, I am placing inside this video an intention that it will appear to specific people at the right time. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this card is play. I'm going to read some of the imagery that's taking place. If you look, this crow has something that this crow is now coming in for. This message is meant to provide somebody with some information, or you could look at it the other way, right? This spirit is coming to baby bird that crow. This information that's coming through is something that is meant to meet with somebody at the right time. And this message feels like at the time that somebody watches this, you are about to receive information or internal knowledge of what it is that you really want to be doing in this lifetime. So this could be, receiving the knowledge of what your purpose is. I think that's how most people would term that. This is not going to come the way that most of you think that it's going to come. This is not going to come from like something out of the sky, like dropping down in your lap, for example, right? Like somebody being like, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. It's something that you're going to naturally feel like, I really want to do this. And I want to emphasize that the way that this is feeling to me is that it's going to start off small. It's going to be a small desire that you have, and a little bit of a feeling of, I just want to dabble in this. I just want to play with this. This is an idea where I think I could do something with it, right? And what's happening here is this spiritual information with the number 3, that's spiritual foundations for me, next to the 6. 6 is home, house, family. I feel like this spiritual information that's coming from deep inside of our own being is coming out into the house, right? That energy of our beingness in this lifetime, our consciousness in this lifetime being the vessel. And so we're starting to feel this urge towards something. I'm finding it interesting that message is coming through when I started this off by saying I had the urge to pull from this deck. So this is kind of how it's going to happen for somebody. It's going to start off very subtle. It's going to start off very small. But it's in the small things that all things begin, right? I think. Let's go ahead. Okay, yes. So I am going to show you what this says, which is community. However, what I'm really seeing is the number 1. I'm seeing the roots and I'm seeing the growth coming in. So whoever this message is for, one of the things that you're going to realize about this purpose or this path that you're picking for yourself, there may be a greater sense of community that comes in with it. There may not be, but there is definitely this energy of expressing yourself as an individual first and foremost, right? So really understanding who you are, understanding what you're passionate about, and then taking that and that being what that small idea is, that first step in playing, really exploring yourself. And as you explore yourself, you create this beautiful thing for yourself. This is really grounding us into the subconscious of who we are. We're having to pull from very deep roots to get this information. When we do things like this, and people who are passionate about art, for example, can tell you this, when we pull from something deep inside of us and put that out onto like a canvas or a paper, there's something so fulfilling about that. And that's the process that's happening here. We're drawing from the nutrients deep down and we're pulling that out to create this beautiful tree that the rest of the world can experience. Again, there is possibly a sense of community that's coming in. When we start doing things like this, it naturally attracts the birds, right? It naturally attracts like-minded people. So for some of you, what this ancestor is trying to say is that they're guiding you, they're helping you, and they're maybe giving a little bit of inspiration here, giving just a little bit of inspiration for you to have this moment of, you know, I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking about this a lot. Maybe this is something that I should do. One of the things that's coming through in that is to remember that it's not necessarily about the destination, it's about the journey. In the journey, there are experiences and there are lessons and there are beautiful things that unfold and allow our spirit to grow and evolve. And there's something about that that's very important here. And I'm saying that because the poppies are standing out to me. Especially with that red. So for some of you, what this inspiration is, it's something that can actually help you establish firm roots inside of your 3D. So it may be something that provides an income. It might be something that just provides you with opportunities where you're able to really grow your social network or your support network. This is something, again, when you watch this is something that's going to happen rather quickly in a short period of time, at least for the majority of you. Like I said, I know some of you might see this when I post it just because I come up in your algorithm. You know, the algorithm pushes me out to you, and I'm always in your feed. But for others of you, especially those who experience that phenomenon where, you know, your guides bring, or, you know, your helper, yourself, or whatever, navigates you towards messages that you're supposed to receive, you will see this just before this happens. So here, the next card out is isolation. This is possibly an energy that you've already been in, an energy that you've been in for a long time. One of the things about this thing that we're about to embark on, if you haven't been in a period of isolation, a daunting thing about it is going to be that you have to do it alone. It's going to be something that you do alone. Some of you, again, there is a sense of community involved in it, but I am getting that there are some of you who are going to feel a little off-put because you're not used to doing things alone. When we do things alone, this is really where we get to exhibit ourself, right? And we get to put ourself out there, and we don't have to share that stage with other people. We're allowed to do it the way that we want. We're allowed to make it aesthetically what we would like it to be, or take it in a direction that we want to go. And so for some of you, this is going to be happening this way so that you get a little taste of that greater independence. And this helps us really get inside and learn who we are, learn what we like, what we don't like. For some of you, I am very clearly getting that the reason why this is happening here is because you have to see that you can do it, that you're able to do it alone. For those of you who are going to be doing this with others, you may be doing this out of a space of isolation, so connecting with other people, and then suddenly it kind of takes off. But I do feel that for the majority of you, this is something that you're going to embark on alone, and it's simply going to attract like-minded people later on. Okay, that's the last card before we move. And we have protection. Now, as you move forward in whatever this is, it's going to be very important for you to kind of protect it, right? Keep it, not put it out there right away. One of the reasons why some of you are not going to want to put it out there right away is because this is something that is uniquely you, and someone around you may try to steal it. You know, that might be something that concerns you. If it is, then definitely protect what it is that you're trying to grow. For others of you, this is just kind of a message about not speaking too much about the things that you're trying to manifest for yourself. We need that energy of silence to really help things have more energy and more fuel and more momentum. Sometimes when we speak about things, we vent that momentum out. Writers can often experience this. If they talk too much about the ideas that they have, they'll find that they get less and less motivated for them. Other people, you know, the more they speak about it, the more motivated they get. So it's you know, different for everybody, of course. But this sense of protection is really saying that whoever this message is for, whenever this thing happens and whenever you decide that this is something you want to do, keep it to yourself for a little while. See what unfolds as you allow it to have all that energy to kind of percolate inside of. I do want to say that because of the poppies, just by association, some of you may be vets, you may be veterans, and this may be something that you're doing in order to help other vets. I don't know why that's coming through, but that's come through. So, okay, I'm moving to a different deck now, I'm being told. And This collective, it feels like we've been on a really long journey trying all sorts of different things, right? Trying all sorts of different things to try to figure out what it is that maybe we want to do, or what it is that we feel called to do. I'm getting the High Priestess here that's just kind of confirming this. This is where we've been sitting in a state of observation, just watching all the different things, and we haven't necessarily been acting, right? The High Priestess is a rather passive card. She doesn't necessarily take action. So we haven't necessarily taken action on anything that we've enjoyed, or our hobbies, or, you know, the things that we have felt inspired to in the past. We've been receiving, in a receiving mode. And I think that this is really important to be in for a time, right? But there's a time where we have to kind of step out of that reception mode and start enacting certain game plans. And that's really what's coming here, is because this is the right time now. It's the right time to implement some sort of action, or to create something for ourselves that we can bring into the future. I do think that for many of you, you're going to, when you figure out what this is, you're going to realize that this was always with you. This is something that you always had inside. You just had to remove all the layers that life kind of builds up around us in order to really see it. So this is about truly seeing something. Some of you are feeling called to step into almost this High Priestess energy as well. I do want to say that. And it may have to do in terms of a community. There will be a lot of communication that is involved in whatever this thing is when you discover what this is. For some of you, I do want to say that you probably already know what this is. It's just that after you watch this, this is really when you're going to start implementing these things and start stepping into that role. With this Eight of Wands, as you communicate, as you bring this thing forward, as you really live up to this sort of purpose, or this sense of, you know, I really like to do this. I think I'm going to try this now. You're going to find the energy in your life moves. You're moving out of this High Priestess energy and away into an energy that is a little bit more expansive and creative for yourself. This is because now you're starting to offer something. You're offering energy out, whereas in this one, we're kind of waiting for the energy to come, right? We want someone to kind of direct us or tell us where we're supposed to go. We're waiting for spirit guides to tell us who we're supposed to be. And in this instance, what I'm seeing is that it's this subtle inspiration to do something that we're like, oh, okay, well, now I'm going to try this. And that's really where the key is here. Okay, now I do notice when I'm looking at it that the Tower was peeking up, so I do want to pull this card. I want to talk about something here. For some of you, one of the energies that's going to take place just before this manifests for you is that there's some sort of belief or structure or something inside of your life that can't come with you, that is taken down. When this happened, you know, our natural human instinct is to freak out, like, oh my God, I can't believe this is going away, because we like to hold on to things, right? Whatever it is, after this reading that kind of gets struck down in your life, it was time, right? Whatever it is that you're meant to step into, you wouldn't be able to step into it unless the space was cleared, right? And sometimes this is not easy stuff to clear out. Sometimes it's very painful. So that's just for some of you. For most of you, though, I do feel that this is actually energy inside your mind, some sort of limitation, some sort of mental block, some sort of unwillingness to take action, maybe because you don't believe in yourself or you're afraid of how people will receive it. This is something that's about to change. That one. Okay. Okay. And this is where we start to co-create. We have the Two of Cups coming up. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to talk about this in a little bit of an esoteric deep dive. That's how we're going to get into this. We do have the Queen of Pentacles showing up on the bottom. So nurturing the things that we're creating, and the new beginning, which is, this is actually describing a little bit of what I'm about to go into in the Strength card. So what we have here with the Two of Cups, this is where we're co-creating, right? We're co-creating with the universe. We're co-creating with our soul, with the spirits. This is where we have moved into this energy of, okay, now I understand where I'm going to navigate and put my intention and my willpower. And it's almost like you're going to be watching these beautiful things unfold around you, because you've now gotten very clear with yourself about the direction you want your life to go. You know me, I love this. I love this. This is beautiful. Here with the Strength card, let's talk about this. So the Strength card, typically we read it as being strong, having willpower, having determination. I want to take this a little bit further. When you talk about the imagery on the Strength card, some people will link it back to the Nemean lion, which is from the Labors of of Hercules. It doesn't really make sense since this maiden is kind of holding the lion's maw, whereas the Nemean lion was really kind of kidnapping maidens and then eating their would-be rescuers, right? So if we go back a little bit further, we have these types of goddesses that we find in the Proto-Indo-European cultures, and it's a dawn goddess. Two of the most popular ones are Eos and Aurora, and these are goddesses that usher in the dawn. It's one of the few times that we see the sun being feminized in the Western cultures or like Near West cultures. So Near West, Near East, whatever. And what the lion represents, lions are nocturnal. This represents the subconscious, the night, the things that are hidden. And here we have this beautiful maiden who represents the ushering of dawn. Usually the back is actually a very bright yellow, representing that dawn color. As she comes in and she kind of subjugates the night, right? She's directly connected to source or God, which is usually referenced as the sun inside of tarot. And here she has her hand on the lion, and the lion is submitting to her because dawn comes and it chases away the night. So this is the start of new things, a new era in someone's life. So whoever I'm reading for, and if you're interested in stuff like that, going really deep into the tarot cards, again, I'm doing the Major Arcana series in my memberships. Definitely check that out in the description box. What we have here is we have somebody who has been in this very passive mode. Maybe you've been in the student mode for a really long time. Maybe you've just been waiting for something to lead you, or a teacher to show up, or someone to guide you, and you're moving out of that. And I think that that's amazing, because we need to move out of that at some point. It's good to be in this energy for a time. Most people never grow out of this energy, and then they feel very unfulfilled. And so the fact that whoever this message is for, whenever you watch this, you are moving out of that and you're becoming a co-creator. You're learning that it's your responsibility to enact a plan and delve inside yourself and figure out what it is that's inside of there that you're truly passionate about, and to bring that out. And by doing that, you are starting a new era inside of your life. And this is an era of strength. This is an era of brilliance. The Hebrew letter associated with this is the letter Tet. And Tet can represent a basket where things, are hidden, stored. It really represents hidden light. It can represent words for brilliance and radiance. Tet is a feminine letter, and so it can also represent the womb, where things have been building and being created over time. There's something inside of you already, whoever this message is for, that is ready now. It's ready now, and you have an ancestor here that's helping inspire you to take those steps. So whoever this message is for, good luck and congratulations. I can't wait for you to be on this journey, because this is amazing. And if this resonates for you, please hit that like button, and until next time.